Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I would like to talk to you about something that I believe a lot of people are misinformed about, or they just don't know all the facts. That topic is stem cell research. By the end of my speech, I believe that you will agree that stem cell research should be more widely used. The advances they have made in this field are astronomical. The things that I will address today include being able to harvest stem cells without any harm being done to an embryo or fetus, harvesting adult stem cells from the host, and the process of de-differentiating those cells and reprogramming them back to an embryonic state. This research simply would not have happened without private funding. Dr. Kevin Egan, 2007. One of the key problems with this topic is unfortunately it gets no government backing due to the morality issues. But what most people don't understand is that we do not have to destroy unborn fetuses to harvest the stem cells. The lives that they can save and the diseases that they can cure are astounding. Diseases that even medicines have shown very little or no help for at all. Open your minds and hear my words, and before you know it, you're going to be a believer too. To begin with, let's talk a little bit more about what the big debate has been in the past with stem cell research. People of all backgrounds could not get past that the cells were harvested from embryos, which many people consider to be a human. Years ago, that was indeed the case, and that's the way they harvested them. But one key point they did not tell you, a huge majority of those embryos had been donated by donors due to the embryos being stored beyond their viable storage life. These were people that had opted for in vitro fertilization and had the embryos frozen, but they never used them. But now let's take that whole issue out of the equation, because recent scientific developments have proven that an embryo or a fetus does not have to perish in order to harvest the stem cells. The only thing that scientists need are blank stem cells that come from the cord blood and the fluid that surrounds the fetus, which both can be harvested after a full live birth with no harm being done to the fetus. Once harvested, scientists are able to take those blank stem cells and create a whole new stem cell line. The possibilities are endless when they begin creating new stem cell lines. I want to find ways to put these stem cells to use quickly. Dr. Shinya Yamanaka, 2007. Just one embryonic stem cell can create thousands more, which in retrospect can treat thousands of people with various diseases such as Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, and spinal cord injuries. And the list just goes on and on. I have a chart here which we can see there's millions of people that can have help with cardiovascular disease, autoimmune disease, diabetes, cancer. It's endless. The next point I would like to inform you about is adult stem cells that can be harvested from an adult host, and in which new stem cell lines can be grown and then transplanted back into the patient. The only drawback to the adult stem cells are they have limited ability to de-differentiate, and they are harder to grow, so they can't be produced in mass quantities. The positive thing that surrounds adult stem cells is that they very rarely does the host reject the new stem cells. They are already using this technology for knee injuries and people with severe arthritis. The great promise of these cells are finally being put to the test. Dr. Robert Lanza, 2011. The best available stem cells are found in the bone marrow in the patient. Doctors withdraw the stem cells from bone marrow, concentrate them through a lab process, and then re-inject them precisely into the injured areas. When stem cells are re-injected, they enhance the natural healing process, which in many proven cases can divert a patient from having to have extensive surgery. Lastly, I would like to touch on the subject of the potential of the many variants that most people are not aware of. Due to private funding, researchers have found that human skin cells can be coaxed or de-differentiated and revert them back to an embryonic state. These de-differentiated cells can be reprogrammed into an embryonic state and used to treat diseases that involve muscle, fat, bone, blood vessel, nerve, and liver. The possibilities are endless of all the heart-wrenching diseases that can be treated. Stem cells provide a very valuable resource for tissue repair and engineered organs. Dr. Anthony Atla, 2013. Using this method takes the whole morality issue off the table yet again. If researchers could get the proper funding to expand on the diseases such as diabetes, spinal cord injury, Parkinson's disease, heart disease, and multiple sclerosis could be a thing of the past and enable patients to live a normal, healthy life without a debilitating health condition. In conclusion, I hope that I have brought new insight and a new way of thinking into the subject that people prefer not to discuss because of the complex morality issues. I have attempted to enlighten you of the various possibilities that are out there in regards to stem cell research. These are unknown factors that are not publicly told, but if we take the whole morality issue off the table, which I have shown many examples of, what's holding us back? Why shouldn't we push for government funding to expand our knowledge beyond what we already know? We now know we can make these cells, but we do not have to follow protocol with FDA regulations. Dr. Doug Melton, 2014. I'll leave you with one thing to think about. What if it was your mother, your father, your spouse, your child? Would it change your way of thinking? Thank you. Good night.